Hello, welcome to today's video. We are on page 235 of the Keyboard Musicianship Book 1. And so here we are continuing with some songs, some tunes that we are going to be transposing. This page introduces us to a little bit more work than we have been doing so far, in that we are now transposing into two keys instead of just one. So on page 235, we have two pieces in F and in G, and we're going to be tuning, or we're going to transposing a second up and a second down from the original key. First one, number 9, called Blow You In, a chanting. Let's go ahead and listen to what this one sounds like. Notice that the melody transfers to the left hand for just one beat, which is beat number 2 on the second measure, then it goes right back up. That's what the lines mean. All right, let's go ahead and listen to what this sounds like. Ready? 1, 2. So you have the dotted quarter, the eighth rest. So a lot of repeated notes there at the beginning, and then when we are transposing, let's go ahead and work on one at a time. Let's start with the harder one first, which is going to be going down a half step. Okay, so we started at F, going down a half step a second, a minor second in this case. And so now we need to think about the key of E major. The key of E major has 4 sharps. So these are the 4 sharps that we're going to be dealing with here. In the left hand, we have E and G sharp at the beginning because we have the scale degrees of 1 and 3, a third, and so that means we're going to be playing here for the beginning. So let's start at the beginning. 1, 2, tie. The melody goes from E to this B, which is dominant, and then goes back up to E. Once again, left hand plays E and G sharp, 2, tie, 2, and then we see we have a chord, the 4th scale degree of B flat in the key of F. So the 4th scale degree, subdominant, and the 4th scale degree in the key of E major is going to be A. Notice that when we play this in second inversion, the bass, just as it did in F position, will remain the same as in E. So we have A major, E major, and then we have dominant, B dominant, 7, back to E major. Okay? So we want to make sure that we have an understanding of A major in second inversion, E major, B dominant, it's the abbreviated version. Let's see, it'll be B7, no, B7, it will be dominant 7, as you can see it's in first inversion, so 6, B6, and then back to E major. As for the right hand, a lot of very simple notes here. Start with E, that's to be repeated quite a few times. So that's going to be 1, 3, 5, 2 beats right there. And then on the dominant, we're going to go ahead and change to, not the dominant, but in this case, it's going to be finger number 3 on the 4th scale degree, which in this case is going to be A. It was B flat, but now it's going to be A. think about scale degrees here. Also, think about pushing the note down a half step. Let's play those right hand notes again. And then prepare by bringing 5 up to B, which is the dominant. And this is the second note, the second scale degree. Just like that, yeah? Okay. And then once you've worked out the individual parts in E major, let's go ahead now and play both hands together. Try your best, of course, to have both learned properly before putting them together. Also, try to work them out one measure at a time. Don't just rush through it. All right, here we go. We're going to start one measure at a time. Okay, then we're going to A major here. Back to E major. Dominant B. Back to E. And then the 8th rest there. Good. So that was E major, but now we need to transpose it from F up to G major, which is a major second in this case. So once again, we were in F. Now we're going to go to G. Let's go ahead and review the left-hand part there. So 1 and 3 in the key of G major. That's the first part of the left hand. 1, 2, tie, dominant, again, 2, tie, 2, and then we keep the lower note as the bass to play the 4th scale degree chord, and that's in second inversion. That's a C major chord, G, 2, and then dominant, 7 in first inversion. Is this first inversion? No, it's the third inversion. 2, not third inversion, my apologies. This is in first inversion because here's the root. 2, back to G, and, okay? So that's the left hand, pretty simple. Just make sure that you know your chords. Dominant 7, D7, back to G major, okay? As for the right hand, remember we're coming down to D for that little moment with the melody from the right hand. 2, and then we go to the 4th scale degree, which is right there on C. It goes up to this dominant note again from back to G. Let's play that one more time. 2, go up to 4th scale degree. And working your way down to G major. Okay, let's go ahead and prepare both hands. Remember slowly. Make sure that both hands are learned properly. Work on it one measure at a time before playing the whole thing. So go ahead and slowly. Here we go. 1, 2. 2, C major. That makes sense because it's D right there, D major. 2 and. And there you have it. Okay, so that was 2 keys. Pretty simple when you work on it in steps, very slowly. Now number 10, The Quaker's Wife. This is Scotland music. 6/8 time, it says lilting, so it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, like just like that. Alrighty, let's go ahead and try this out in the original key of G major. Placing your hands in their position, left hand here, right hand starting 3 on the G there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So as you can see, this one's a little bit more complicated, and the hand movements are quite all over the place. In the key of G major, we're going to be transposing down to F and up to A as well. Let's start with F. Okay, so as usual, we're going to start with the left hand working on scale degrees, as the left hand just moves as single notes. Skips are pretty big. We have fourth movements. We have third movements. That's pretty much the biggest one, the fourth movements. All right, so let's go ahead and start with 1 on the tonic there, which is the F, because that's where we started on G. And then we're going to move down a fourth. 1, 2, 3 to a fourth. 2, 3. And then we move up from there to the leading tone, which it did on the F sharp, but this case is going to be E, back to C, to and, back to F, and then down to C with finger number 2, because we need to move down to this one here. That's the fourth scale degree. To 1 again, to and. Once again, back up to F, 2, 3, 1. This is non-legato, keep that in mind. 2, 3, 1, 2, and 2. Move it down to 2, 2, 3, B flat, 2, 3, F, 2, and. Okay? Do that a few times so that you are quite confident and comfortable playing those movements. As for the right hand, this one's moving a lot. Not only do we have single notes, but we have some harmony. So let's go ahead and take a look at what's going on here. We started on the tonic there, but in this case now we're going to start on F. It moves up to scale degrees Do, Re, Mi, Sol. And then this one here is going to move up to Fa. Moving down by seconds, and then starting again at tonic, back to Sol, a third, a 6, which is going to be tonic and third mediant. Very good. It's pretty much the same thing on the second system. Down to Sol, to Fa, Mi, Re, Do. So make sure there's a lift there. So figure 2, a third, and then a 6 interval there. Okay, very nice. And so that's the F major part. Let's go ahead now and put it together in the key of F major. Finger number 1 there, get finger 4 on C ready. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Once again, a little bit louder this time. All right, there you have it. That was in the key of F major. Make sure that you work on hands separately, measures one at a time, then put it all together. So now from G, we're going to go up to the key of A major. A major, C sharp, F sharp, and G sharp are the black keys. Shouldn't be too hard since we start on tonic for both hands. Go up here, let's move the left hand first. Okay. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. So that's the leading tone. 2, 3. 1, 2. Once again to tonic. Finger 2. There. 2, 3. That's gonna be, what is that? Yeah, that's the 4th scale degree, subdominant, and then back to tonic. Back to A. Okay, G sharp. Back to E. Figure 2 on E. D. And then A to rest. Okay, so remember thinking about pushing those notes down, or excuse me, not pushing them up, pushing them up a second. So that's going to be for the left hand. As for the right hand, this time we're starting on finger number 3 with the tonic, moving up 1, 2, 3. Okay, just moving like that. Tuck it, 2. That's our 6th interval right there. Moving up to this note here, which is the 4th scale degree subdominant. Sol, fa, mi, re, do, re, mi, sol, sol, and then a 3rd, 1 and 3. And then we have a 6th interval with tonic. And then, of course, mediant. It's a good idea to try that many times, hands separately, before putting the hands together. And then when putting the hands together, let's work on it one measure at a time. Okay, put your hands now in their position, both on tonic of A. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Rest. Another way to do that if you want, with the 6th interval, instead of bringing the thumb up to the C sharp. Okay, all right, so there you have it. Let's work on that. That took a little bit longer than usual, but take your time. Don't work on it all at once. And then when you've worked on the hands separately, put them together slowly, one measure at a time, and then be able to play it. It shouldn't be too bad. All right, thank you, and we will see you at next lesson.